Hey, I saw your video in the snow about private equity.
There's still people out in doorways looking for shelter, and I think a lot of people think this is why we shouldn't allow hedge funds to own residential property.
This feels kind of like back in the 90s when we were growing up.
Yeah, like we were saying, yeah, it was much more snow, colder winters, and again, private equity didn't own so much of the housing stock in America.
Thank you so much.
Best snowstorm private equity video I've ever seen. 2 thumbs up. And I wanted to call with some good news.
Yeah.
And that is, on this very day, I have introduced a bill to beat private equity out of our home market.
Amazing. That is fantastic
Yep.
news for almost everybody.
Yep. So the idea behind it is to tell these private equity cowboys they can't come in and buy up all of these houses and duplexes and buy it all up and turn it all into rental property. And to say that when they buy up a bunch of rental property, they can't all come together and push up rents for everybody who's a renter. Does that sound like the right thing to do?
Yeah, I think everyone thinks that's the right thing to do.
So you kind of have a sense of who everyone is now, because I understand since this video has been posted, you've heard from a few people.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten feedback from all over the country, overwhelmingly positive. I will say I've gotten surprisingly very little hate about this, which to me, that tells me that my statements on air were not actually that controversial. So it seems like this bill really shouldn't be that controversial.
You know, that should be right. We should be able to remember that sometimes government can do really good things. We just kind of have to do what seems sensible under the circumstances. Well, listen, I need you and about a zillion people more like you to be in this fight, to raise your voice, to say you want to get private equity out of the home ownership market. That's what we're going to fight for.
We're with you on this, Liz.
Okay. All right. You bet.
All right.